It couldn't have been anybody. And
You don't know if that's our baby. You don't know if running up in no hospital.
It could have been done a year ago. And the crazy
is me and my little freakiness. I said, my boyfriend, can you have sex with your pregnant baby mother because she's in need?
Pause, Your Honor.
That's why. That's the bottom line of what your testimony. That it's someone.
Your Honor, I do what I do. I love me. You understand me? I don't have unprotected sex with nobody but the ones that I trust. I trust this man. So yeah, every time I have sex.
Every girl wants my baby. Every girl.
No babies. Your Honor.
Every girl wants your baby.
Every girl, but the ones I
I guess he was trying to get other women pregnant, but it never happened. But I was the one that it happened to.
Case 1. A storm of revelations brews in the courtroom today as DNA results threaten to rewrite everything. Elizabeth Johnson and Melinda Davis had always believed Roger Johnson was their father.
Johnson and Mrs. Davis, you are here in court today to finally find out if the defendant is your biological father. You both claim at your mother's funeral a different man approached you and announced he instead.
For 25 long years, Roger Johnson had doubts, but he never let them interfere with his role as a father. Despite whispers and quiet suspicions, he stepped up and raised the girls as his own, though he never got the desperately needed answer.
Ms. Johnson, explain to the court what happened at your mother's funeral.
Well, at the time, I haven't seen my mother in 4 years. I was at work, and that's how I found out that my mother had passed away. Now, the day of the funeral, when I had walked in, this guy had walked in behind me.
Elizabeth can't forget the funeral moment. A man she'd never met embraced her like family and called her his daughter. Confused and shaken, she looked for answers in a face she didn't recognize, and her world began to unravel.
You knew this man already?
Yes, Your Honor.
So you grew up knowing this is just a friend of your family?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then he announces he's your father?
Yes, Your Honor. Him and my mother, when she was alive, told me.
Roger wasn't surprised. Over the years, their mother's stories shifted constantly. Sometimes sure he was the father, sometimes filled with doubt. The ever-changing narrative left Elizabeth and Melinda unsure of who to believe or what to feel.
What did you hear specifically?
Actually, she actually told me.
She did?
Yes, Your Honor.
What did she say?
You know, she would tell me, you know, I'm unhappy. You're not spending the time with me. Da, da, da. And she would go off and be with these other guys.
Linda also remembers odd moments from her childhood. One in particular stands out. Her mother once pointed to a man at a car dealership and said, "That's him." At the time, it meant nothing. Now, it means everything.
I know that could have possibly been one of the guys.
Your Honor, I have
yes,
proof.
Sir.
I have proof of...
You have evidence. Jerome, will you please hand me that evidence? Thank you.
That's my divorce paper.
So this is a final judgment of divorce.
Yes, Your Honor.
In a shocking reveal, Roger presents divorce papers prove their mother relinquished all parental rights. The court is taken aback as it's clear Roger fought to keep them. He chose to stay when their mother legally walked away.
And yet you raised these girls as your own,
yes,
accepted this responsibility.
Yes, Your Honor. The mother, you know, even though the mother told him that the other man was her father and that I wasn't the father, you know, I was there when he was born. I was there 9 months she carried him.
Then comes the most painful truth yet. Roger confesses he had to pay their mother just to let the girls visit her. The idea of a father bribing his children's mother for time with them leaves the courtroom stunned.
Roger Johnson Jr. And as to whether Roger Johnson Sr. is his biological father, Mr. Johnson Sr., you are his father.
As the tension builds, Roger admits something he's feared to say aloud. Elizabeth looks like him, but Melinda does not. The doubt he's carried for decades suddenly feels unbearable as the answers edge closer.
As it pertains to the paternity of Elizabeth Johnson, and as to whether Roger Johnson Sr. is her biological father, Mr. Johnson Sr., you are her father.
Just as emotions peak, Roger Jr. enters the room, adding to the emotional weight. Though he loves his sisters deeply, even he can't deny something feels different with Melinda. And the final blow.
I love her to pieces.
It's okay, sweetie.
But here's some.
You don't see your father.
No, man.
And that hurts you to have to say.
Case 2. Miss Dixon wanted her husband, Mr. Hunt, to catch her in the act of cheating, and he did. Now that he's seen it with his own eyes, he's denying paternity of her child. Miss Dixon insists the baby is undeniably his.
So, Ms. Dixon, you admit that you've been unfaithful in
the past.
the past.
Yes.
And you own that.
Yes, I do.
So do you understand why Mr. Hunt doubts what you say?
I do.
She confessed that her affair was revenge. After Mr. Hunt left her for a month, he decided to get even by planning the perfect moment for him to walk in on her betrayal. Naturally, Mr. Hunt wasn't amused.
He had caught me, actually. Had caught me cheating.
In the act?
In the act, yes.
Yes.
How did you catch her?
Coming home from work, and there's this car in the parking lot. When I approached,
Can I say something? Okay, the reason for me cheating and when I did it, it wasn't.
There is no reason.
It wasn't right.
Things took a turn when Miss Dixon ended up pregnant a few months later. Despite the chaos, she maintains that the baby belongs to her husband. But given the circumstances, the odds of that being true seem questionable at best.
You had sex with this guy one time out in front of the house.
Yeah.
Was it protected?
No.
So unprotected sex with this guy one time out in front of your house, but when you get pregnant, do you just tell your husband I'm pregnant, or do you tell the other guy too?
I never told him.
And here's where it gets wilder, Mr. Hunt claims there's a twist. He suspects the child might not only be from the affair, but that his own brother could be the father. That accusation hits hard and raises the stakes dramatically.
So are you insinuating that you believe your brother could be Tanae's biological father?
it's a possibility. Wow.
And you brought a witness.
Yes.
Everyone's surprise, Miss Dixon's own aunt appears in court, not to support her, but to testify for Mr. Hunt. Before she can even speak, tensions boil over, and she gets into a heated argument with her niece on national television.
She never said anything about him, like about him cheating.
Though, he wasn't
or anything.
there though. So I'm
she
just saying.
Hold on,
was there.
Ms. Cooper.
What's your motive?
Explain to the court. Are you saying that you believe that Mr. Hunt's brother could potentially be Tanae's biological father? You believe that Ms. Dixon was being intimate with her husband's brother?
Miss Dixon, in her defense, says that while she may have made bad choices, she draws the line at sleeping with her husband's brother. Even in her mess, she claims to have boundaries, just not many of them.
There's also been testimony that indicates that you potentially could have gotten into a sexual relationship with Ms. Dixon and could be Tanae's biological father. Do you believe you are Tanae's biological father?
No, ma'am.
Now, all that's left is the DNA test. Is the baby truly Mr. Hunt's? Could his brother be the real father? Or is another unknown man the biological dad? The courtroom awaits the truth that finally settle this explosive case.
Mr. Chris Hunt, you are not the father. Mr. Stephen Hunt, you are not the father.
Case 3. Miss Davis enters the courtroom determined to prove that Mr. Gilbert is the father of her 7-month-old son, Corey. But Gilbert isn't so sure. He says it's not her, it's his nosy family that's been feeding him doubt since day one.
Yes, you say that you are convinced beyond a shadow of a doubt Mr. Gilbert is your son, Corey's father. Mr. Gilbert, you admit you once believed you were Corey's father, but began to have doubts once your family heard rumors that her son was fathered by another man.
He insists the pregnancy wasn't a surprise or a mistake. According to Miss Davis, Gilbert was the one begging for a baby. Now he's backpedaling like he got tricked, and the judge isn't buying the performance.
You were in a relationship?
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me about the relationship.
We met in my old neighborhood. It was like love at first sight. We was friends first. When we was in love, I didn't want to get pregnant, but he wanted a child.
Miss Davis reveals she met Gilbert's entire family, and everything was fit until she got pregnant. Suddenly, they flipped on her like a plot twist in a soap opera. Then Gilbert's sister storms in, finger snapping and drama ready.
So I don't understand how this beautiful relationship went wrong to the point where now this 7-month-old baby's paternity.
When he met me, he knew that I was friends with them when he met me. He been knew about them.
How long were you together before you got pregnant?
4 months.
4 months? Y'all acting like y'all was together for 4 years. 4 months!
Without hesitation, the sister claims Miss Davis was already pregnant before she even met Gilbert. The room gasps. Davis fires back, calling the accusation pure slander and demanding evidence.
Pregnancy test for me. He told me I was pregnant before I knew.
You remember this day, Mr. Gilbert?
Yes, ma'am.
And you go get the pregnancy test.
Yes, ma'am.
You take the test and what happened?
Became a positive.
And you found out you're pregnant?
Yes, ma'am.
At that moment, did he express any doubt?
No.
It gets wilder. Gilbert's sister accuses Davis of engaging in threesomes and seeing multiple men. The crowd is stunned. Davis is furious and denies it all, saying this has nothing to do with paternity and everything to do with jealousy.
That she was pregnant before she started messing with my brother. And my brother, if he could have kids, he'd have 6 of them. He hasn't have any. And that's why we're in denial, because my brother, he's sick and he hasn't conceived any kids.
Things hit an emotional peak when the judge shows a picture of Gilbert kissing Davis's pregnant belly. He breaks down in tears. For a moment, the courtroom feels the love until his sister throws more shade, refusing to let the moment breathe.
Every girl wants my baby. Every girl.
No babies. Your Honor.
Every girl wants your baby.
Not every girl, but the ones I
I guess he was trying to get other women pregnant, but it never happened. But I was the one that it happened to.
Gilbert regains composure and says he supported Davis the entire pregnancy. From doctor visits to buying the test, he was all in. Why the sudden doubts? The judge turns to him. He looks at his sister. His silence says it all.
Her thing was, let me attach myself to him via this baby. She did it, then your family sees the baby and tells you this is not your child.
Trying to shake the confusion, Davis brings out photos of baby Corey next to childhood pictures of Gilbert. The resemblance is striking. Even the judge can't deny it. Gilbert begins to second-guess everything.
But I don't know what you was doing. I don't know what
you want.
So now you even doubt.
I was playing my child.
Me, though. You playing the child with me. You felt that way. Why you was with me for? Why you was with me for? But you still can't mess with me.
But just as things settle, Gilbert's sister lobs a final grenade. She claims Davis is pregnant again, and not by Gilbert. The courtroom goes wild. Davis calls it a flat-out lie, but Gilbert looks rattled.
Describe to the court what this shows.
How they look just alike.
So this is a picture of Corey.
Baby
Corey.
And his dad.
And you say his dad on the other.
As a child.
Yeah, it was me as a baby.
And you say you see the resemblance?
Mm-hmm.
The judge has had enough and demands a straight answer. Davis insists. If she were pregnant, it would definitely be Gilbert's. Meanwhile, his sister keeps spinning stories the judge isn't interested in entertaining anymore.
And didn't she try to get a DNA test on one of her?
Yes.
So, Ms. Davis, how has his relationship changed with baby Corey since all of this doubt came into the picture?
He still be there for him.
He's still there?
Take care of him. He be there for him.
But you know he has the doubt, and you say it's because of his family.
Yeah.
Trying to restore order, the judge scolds them. Babies are cupcakes, you don't just bake another batch. The audience laughs, but the message lands hard. This family needs to figure it out before more chaos unfolds.
But listen, you also have to understand that, like she said, he's already on the birth certificate. So under the law, he is the legal father. The fact is this, for her to come into this courtroom and stand here and say, I want to bring this case because I want to prove that Mr. Gilbert is my child's biological father.
Finally, the DNA results are in. The room holds its breath. Davis is sweating. Gilbert staring at the envelope. His sister looks smug. The judge opens it slowly. This is the moment of truth. Is Gilbert truly the father of baby Corey?
Mr. Gilbert, you are the father.
In case 4, Brogdon stood face to face with Miss Sugden and her mother, a fierce look in her eyes. She wasn't here for sympathy. She was here for the truth. All she wanted was confirmation that her 1-year-old daughter.
Ms. Brogdon, you are in court to prove to Ms. Jones and her daughter that her deceased son, Tyrell Jones, fathered your 1-year-old daughter, Quamira. You say once the DNA proves your case, they need to step up for your baby.
But Sugden, Tyrell's sister, didn't budge an inch. She firmly rejected the possibility. The idea that her deceased brother could have fathered this child, it was outrageous. Hurtful allegation against a family still mourning.
Ms. Brogdon, how has your daughter been affected by the denial?
She has been affected from no partake in her father's side of the family. My baby's 1, she only saw their side like 4 times. She only see them when it's time for gatherings and stuff about Tyrell.
Came a jaw-dropping confession from Miss Brogdon. There were 2 brothers involved. The entire room fell silent. She admitted to sleeping with Tyrell's brother, Paul, just once during a moment of emotional pain.
Close to the end, Tyrell started cheating. He started staying out. He started doing all this type of stuff. It was one night, Tyrell lied and said he was at the police district. I went to the police district to check to see if he was there. He wasn't there. I went to his grandmother's house where he said he was there.
Miss Sugden wasn't convinced. She rolled her eyes and accused Miss Brogdon of playing the family. Then Brogdon made it clear if the baby didn't belong to Tyrell, then it was Paul's. Either way, her child shared their blood.
Personally, that she was sleeping with 2 brothers around the same time.
Your Honor. I slept with Paul one time.
All it takes is one time, sweetheart.
No.
So, Ms. Sugden, do you think it's a possibility that your other brother could be this child's father?
I think there's a possibility. Yes, I got that news. So yes, now I think there's a possibility.
Things quickly spiraled from a paternity debate to a full-blown family feud. Accusations flew. Miss Sugden said Brogdon had destroyed her family, turned brothers against each other, and left lasting scars.
Said at first you only slept with Paul once.
Exactly.
And it was nowhere near the window of conception. And then you just said now it's either one of their babies. If it's not Tyrell's, it's Paul's. So either way, the child is related to you. So which?
No way.
Miss Brogdon wasn't done. She brought in a surprise witness, mother of Tyrell's middle child. Someone who'd also been through the drama, a woman with no clear stake in the outcome.
And you're here testifying on behalf of Ms. Brogdon, claims that he fathered her child as well.
Yes.
What do you have to add?
When she called me and said she had the baby, Tiara was at my house. I said, Tiara, she had the baby, one go. What I'm going to the hospital for?
Then Ms. Brogdon's frustration erupted. She spoke of struggling alone, raising a sick child, while Tyrell's family looked the other way. No visits, no support, no acknowledgement. She wasn't there to beg. She was demanding respect for her daughter.
You're saying that Ms. Sugden and Ms. Jones, they didn't know anything throughout the pregnancy?
No, they did know something about
You believe they did?
Yes, they did. I came to the funeral pregnant. I was 8 months pregnant. How didn't y'all know I was pregnant?
See you at the funeral.
But the other side had reinforcements too. Miss Sugden brought her own witness, and within seconds of their testimony, the courtroom burst into chaos. Shouting echoed through the chamber, forcing the judge to call for silence and restore order.
That's why. That's the bottom line of what your testimony. That it's someone else.
It couldn't have been anybody. And
we don't know if that's our baby.
A year ago.
And the crazy.
Miss Brogdon stood her ground. She didn't need anyone's approval. She had the DNA results. As Judge Lauren opened the envelope, the room fell completely silent. More yelling, no more accusations. Just the truth, waiting to be revealed.
Miss Christina Jones is related to Quamira Jones. Now we will determine Mr. Paul Jones is not the father. Which means Tyrell Jones is Quamira's biological father.
Case 5. Miss Parker stormed into the courtroom with fire in her eyes, determined to prove that Mr. Morton was the father of her 7-month-old son, Aaron. But this wasn't just about paternity.
Fathered your 7-month-old son, Aaron, while in a relationship with his current girlfriend.
Yes, Your Honor.
You say the only reason he denies paternity is because his girlfriend turned him against you because she's been unable to conceive a child with him.
Yes, Your Honor.
To make matters worse, Miss Parker demanded over $2,000 in back child support, claiming Mr. Morton had been dodging responsibility since day one. But Mr. Morton came ready for war.
You say the timing of Miss Parker's pregnancy doesn't add up, and when today's DNA results come in, you will win the case.
As the court listened, Miss Parker revealed that things weren't as straightforward as they seemed. This wasn't just a fling. She had been deeply involved in a 3-way relationship with Mr. Morton and his girlfriend. That bombshell didn't rattle Miss Lemon, Mr. Morton's girlfriend.
Sex with Mr. Morton if he has a girlfriend.
First of all, Your Honor, that's my baby father. Anytime I want to have sex with him, I'm going to have sex. You understand? Like, I was vulnerable. He called me. So, you know, we did what we did.
So, hold on.
Who had her own story to tell. She claimed it was she who invited Miss Parker into their bedroom out of pity because Miss Parker was lonely and pregnant at the time.
Your Honor, the only reason why she was able to have sex with us is because I asked my boyfriend to have sex with her because she was lonely. My desires, me and my little freakiness, I said, my boyfriend, can you have sex with your pregnant baby mother because she's in need?
Pause, Your Honor.
How would she know that she's not there?
Your Honor, that is not true. Before I even left to go anywhere, before I was gone for a while, we was having sex before then.
The two women traded barbs in court. Mr. Morton sat shaking his head. He'd done the math. He and Miss Parker had been intimate in early May. Aaron was born in December.
There's a possibility that this could be your child?
It could not be my child because the timing is not right at all.
I'm not tripping off of that. I know that that's my son's father. I know. He looks exactly like my other son.
And so you're doubtful, Mr. Morton, because you say there's a timing issue.
Miss Parker, however, was unshaken. She insisted Mr. Morton was the only man she had unprotected sex with, making him the undeniable father. She didn't need calculations, she said she knew.
Parker, when was the last time you were intimate with someone else before that May 11th period when you were
The only
intimate with
person,
Mr.
Your Honor, I'll lie to you not. The only person that I have unprotected sex with was my baby father. Was Mr.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
Your Honor.
That's a lie.
She clocking
We down, yep, I'm clocking it.
You
just
can't
like you
clock
clock
it,
mine.
though,
I
baby.
can.
You can't.
We downtown.
Then came a curveball. Miss Parker admitted she had been pregnant once before by a different man but had suffered a miscarriage. Soon after, she became pregnant again, and this time, she was sure it was with Mr. Morton's baby.
Your Honor, I do what I do. I love me. You understand me? I don't have unprotected sex with nobody but the ones that I trust. I trust this man. So yeah, every time I have sex.
But there was still doubt. Even Miss Lennon said there was confusion due to an incorrect due date, which originally made them believe Morton couldn't be the father. Now, after a correction, Miss Parker was fully convinced and she wasn't alone.
When she first had baby Aaron, she did not have anything because we were supposed to try to get together a baby shower. So she did have him early. So as far as support system, it was me and my daughter, which is Eric's sister,
and
Mr. Morton's sister.
And her mother.
And excuse me, I'm talking.
It don't matter.
Judge Lauren had heard enough. The courtroom had become a battleground of messy relationships, emotional confessions, and overlapping stories. But all the shouting and accusations meant nothing now. Only the DNA results could bring the truth to light.
You are Aaron's father.
I do. I told you, like, I'm not no